Busia one-stop border point links Uganda to Kenya at Busia district. The town at times becomes very busy, with a long queue of heavy trucks stretching on either sides of the road heading to and from Kenya. However, the delay in the clearance of trucks has turned the town of Busia to a beehive of commercial sex, fueled by truck drivers who spend days waiting for Uganda Revenue Authority to clear their trucks. Many of the truck drivers end up being idle and find themselves being prime targets for commercial sex with sex workers in Busia town. They flood lodges. The price for lodging in Busia town depends on the kind of lodge. Affordable to many of the truck drivers are semi-permanent houses, while others are standard block rooms. Here, sex workers book single rooms before the truck drivers arrive. It's often difficult to find a lodging facility in the night in Busia because sex workers book them in advance prior to the arrival of their potential clients, the truck drivers. For purposes of protecting her right particulars, she's named Jacqueline. Jacqueline is 22 years old and a prominent sex worker at Busia border. She tells us that dimly lit up streets and cold, rainy season, like now, help her trap men into bargaining for sex. Jacqueline is among the sex workers at the border with multiple booked rooms, not only on the Ugandan side, but also on the Kenyan side. Besides being a sex worker at Busia border, Jacqueline is also a bar attendant. She says truck drivers often take advantage of her vulnerability when she's drunk and lure her into having unprotected sex over a bottle of beer. Jacqueline says that most of her clients come as customers in a bar she works in and hook with them after work.
Twagala naffe tubeereko ng'abantu abali kunashi na ssente tetweyendera ati lwaba tukole mu bbaala nedda twagala kuyambako abaana baffe tuyambeko abazadde baffe ife abalala tuli bannaku naye tetwayagala kukola ki kukolera mu bbaala. For Mama Sisi, name preferred, on a good night she makes 200,000 Ugandan shillings, while on a bad night she makes 100,000 Ugandan shillings. She claims that ever since she started commercial sex, she has never failed paying school fees for her 4 children.
N'abaana bange era mbaweerera basoma bulungi nnyo naye nze abasomesa. Nze olunaku olumu funa abasajja 9. Lubeera olulungi funa 10,000, lubeera lubi funa 5,000.
For Aunt Rosemary, name preferred, nowadays her clients are financially incapacitated, can't afford a bottle of beer, and sometimes prefer having her on date. Uganda Youth's Coalition on Adolescent and Sexual Reproductive Health and HIV, an organization on advocacy for better health program, has 1,600 registered sex workers in Busia town, and all are living with HIV/AIDS. Charles Isaac Bwire, the team leader, says the project is expected to create enabling opportunities for community groups to raise their demands and hold duty bearers accountable for improved health and social services in Busia town.
So we make sure that we are supporting health facilities to reach out to these people, those who have gone off treatment, to make sure that they are followed up and they are back on treatment. And we believe that with HIV treatment, we are going to beat the AIDS epidemic by 2030.
Mayende Lamu, the Busia district focal person on HIV/AIDS, says the HIV prevalence is high in Busia Municipality among sex workers at 4.2%. The high prevalence of HIV and AIDS in Busia Municipality is also attributed to truck drivers who hardly want to have protected sex.
We appeal to the Ministry of Health to elevate our health center to a hospital status because it is serving the whole of Bukit South region, that is to say part of Tororo, part of Namaingo, and Bugiri, all those people report here. So it's good if it is elevated.
Kamau George, name preferred, is a truck driver with an oil company. He's a potential client to many of the sex workers in Busia Municipality. He says he prefers using his mattress in the back seat than going to the lodge.
Hii kitanda ndo nalala terapi mingi. Mtu sikudanganye. Na mneo shida ya Busia ni jam, kwanza Busia inakuanga jam.
According to a study conducted by the ASHA, an NGO based in Busia, HIV/AIDS prevalence rate among truck drivers range between 2% to 2.5%.